Hello and happy Monday, everybody. This is Michelle for Michelle's Magical Mondays. And I am so excited to be here tonight. It has been an absolutely spectacularly crazy, interesting week. Hi, Sharon. I'm so excited for you to actually be here with me, all of you. So I just want to welcome you to Facebook Live on Monday night, October 16th. And right now we are hitting the ultimate extreme meter in the energy meter right now, if you want to use the astrology right now as any kind of meter that we're under. So tonight we have a lot of things that I want to cover. And part of it is, of course, the unveiling of my new do. I've got mermaid hair. I've been talking about doing some form of mermaid hair for a while. And there was a catalyst this weekend, which just brought me to understand that sometimes you just have to do. Sometimes you can't be afraid. Is it to this? Is it to that? Is it something someone's going to be afraid of or not like or love? You've got to do it for you. And that's where I'm at right now, is that you've got to do it for you. And right now, the energy is getting really intense. We're going to have a new moon in Scorpio this week. And we have Jupiter in Scorpio, so there's a lot of Scorpio energy. And Scorpio energy is truly it's really sex, death, rebirth. It's beginnings and endings, and really facing your fears. It's really deep. Hello, one of my very first loves on the whole planet, Tony, and hello, Camille, one of my recent loves, and Regina, and all of you. But just let me take a second and say that I feel so incredibly loved like I've never felt ever before in my life, with the amount of support that I've been receiving lately as I've been going through so much incredible change, so much growth, so many challenges. Let's just talk about challenges for a second. And I have a story that I really want to put together today. Some of you who know me really well know I love board games, that I love games of any sort. I do medieval reenactments, and I play board games and live action role plays and zombie apocalypse hunting and all kinds of things. And I had an opportunity to go with a couple of my favorite people on the planet, Samantha, whose 11th birthday was being celebrated at an escape room. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's a 1-hour opportunity to build a team to get in and out of a room. And the room that we were placed in was one about the mind. The whole idea was that this is your mind that had put us, your own locks, your own puzzles, your own mind. And it was interesting because we were given a set of tasks. We were just to get out of this room. There was a whole lot of padlocks and puzzles and things to get out of this room. And to do that, we realized while I was in the middle of it, I was having this existential moment where I realized this really is just exactly what we do to ourselves. We padlock up our old beliefs. We padlock off the things that we want and make it really impossible that we have to work through things. And it was interesting because this series of locks had to be unlocked in order. And this one lock, one of the first things we did, you get to go on a walkie-talkie and you get to ask for a clue. And we had come up with a pretty solid answer, and we went with the key that we'd already found with the code, and we were trying to unlock this one thing, and it turned out we asked for a clue because we were sure we had it, and then after that it turned out that we asked for a clue and it still was giving us the same answer as we had already tried. Our first reply was to do exactly the same thing again. We tried a few other things. We asked for another clue, and finally we're like, we don't know. We keep using this, and as it turns out, and of course Big Brother's watching you. They're watching you on this video monitor, and everything you see they're watching from the other side. And the game master comes in, and they had mixed up two of the locks. So we had the code right all the time. And yet it was some intricate question and answer period to realize that the answer was there. We were even trying to apply the answer, and it still wasn't coming undone because it was about divine timing. It was about something outside of us that we couldn't control. So we were getting frustrated. We were getting, and then we were given back our clues and an opportunity to correct the situation. And then they started wanting to root for us, apparently. I didn't know this at the time. We're going through this process, and we really did build this team, and we did manage to get out with 1 minute to spare, like 1 minute and 40 seconds or something to spare. And we used all of our clues, and we used all of our team building. And it's really interesting because when I did the first initial search, there was something that was really obvious to me. I'm like, this is going to be important later. And sure enough, I put it off to the side, and I knew this was going to be important, and it was instrumental in getting us out, but I couldn't use it when I found it. It's just a tool I had, an idea I had, an intuition that I had. And later, when we get out of the room and we're in our celebratory aftermath, and we're talking to the people who worked the room and were in charge, it turns out that we actually got to talk to the person who created this particular room, like the actual puzzle master who created some of the tasks and the orders and stuff. And it was so cool because he said, you guys won me $5. I'm like, really? How's that? And he was like, yeah, we bet on you, and I bet that your group would get out. And that was so cool, so rewarding to know that Big Brother was watching and was betting on us to get out despite the obstacles, to get out despite the extra challenges. We were able to pull together as a team, bring our teamwork together, bring our minds together. Every single person had a different part to play. There was a divine timing involved, meaning you couldn't do this before that. It turned out that the thing that I remembered was obvious.